It is just the image, right, which I have created here, or which I have pulled from the repo, right? But they are not the container. Okay, they are just image. What about container? So this is nothing but what? These are the actual container running. Let's suppose I want to do some troubleshooting. How I'll do the troubleshooting? Docker logs and then container name. Like that, I can do the troubleshooting. I can see the log, default log. Getting my point? Docker log is very important command to do the troubleshooting of a specific container. Okay. Now I'm going to teach you one more small thing, which I think it is very important and good for the CV also. Tell me one thing. If I have one Oracle database, it is easy to manage. 100 database, easy to manage. 1000 databases. Normally, how we manage it, how we see all these 1000 databases in terms of Oracle? Anyone? Do we have any application to see 1000 databases running? Anyone from the Oracle side?
Enterprise manager we can monitor.
Very good. Enterprise manager, we can use Grid. If I have MySQL, what I do, I have
enterprise monitor.
enterprise monitoring. We have for
And
Mongo, I have we
PMM.
have PMM. We have a lot of like that. Let's suppose I'm not very good with the command line and I'm a developer. I don't want to manage all these things. How I can do that? For that particular purpose, we can get some third-party tools. We can get some third-party tools like Portainer. Okay, and using Portainer, I can manage the entire container lifecycle. In the same way, I can also use Rancher. Okay, so using Rancher, what you can do, you can graphically see your container running. To run these kind of software, you have to simply go and run their container. 1 minute, I'm just copying the code. This is important. That's why I want to put it, because some companies, they want to know, like, these kind of softwares or not.
So is it open source or a paid version of this?
This is open source. This is 100% open source.
Okay.
But with the limited usage. So just an extra piece of information, because I want your knowledge to be little modernized, so that you understand all these things. So currently my container is created for Portainer. So what I will do, Docker PS quickly. I have less time. So Portainer is running on 9443. Simply go to your browser, local host 9443. 9443. It means it is expecting HTTPS also. Container, proceed. Password, I will put some password. First time, don't forget your password. It is like they are very strict with the passwords and all. So make sure you create whatever password you create. Oh. I have to give very big password. Create user. Can you see here? It's very powerful application. You can manage entire stack using this. So copy the command. Windows, Linux or Windows, copy this command. I will say local host environment. I will say production. Simply take this, put it on your local computer. Again, I have to convert into the. So I have to simply deploy an agent. So this is my agent, same like enterprise manager. If you are confused, please make your question ready. I don't want any doubt before we go for the next topic. Quickly paste. Oh, let me do like this. Let me make it on a single line. Single line. If anyone have any doubt, please don't hold your question. Make it ready. We can have a good discussion on that. Until unless you are not clear, I'm not going to leave this topic. So Docker run. Now let me run this. Okay, it is already there. So no need to install the agent. It by default pick my current environment. So once your Portainer is installed, by default, it can connect to your local environment. Once your local environment is connected, simply go here. Can you say this? How many containers are running? How many containers are running? 17.
17.
So this software is for the people who don't want to manage the entire container manually. They can simply use these kind of softwares. I personally like this software because in my house I have more than 15 containers. So let's suppose I want to see any log or something, I don't go to there. I simply use this software. From here, I can manage the entire container lifecycle. Is this clear? What is this? This software?
In Docker desktop
these
also.
containers,
Yeah, go ahead, Dhirendra.
no, you just ask.
Okay. So in Docker desktop also we are seeing these details, right?
Correct. Whatever is running on Docker desktop locally, we are seeing it. Now tell me one thing. I want to see my remote server containers. How I'll do that? For that purpose, simply go and you can add your environment here. Okay. So in the environment, simply go and add the environment. The moment you will try to add the environment, it will give you a script. This script. You have to simply go and run it on your remote machine. Make sure these ports are open, 901 port are open. Add it here so that from the single screen, you can manage 1000 servers container directly here like that. Make
Okay.
sense? Everyone?
Yeah.
It's clear? It's because it's very important for your CV and for your resume point of view. Okay, same way, if you don't like this, you can also use Rancher. Rancher is another software which we use to manage the container. Okay, now let's quickly go to the next topic before we miss it. Tell me one thing, my container is up and running here. My container, Postgre database container is up and running. If I have created a database, and if I stop my container, will I get back my old data?
No.
Okay, very good. Who answered?
Raj.
Yeah, Raj, very good. So why I will not get it back?
Because we have not kept the storage inside our OS like host.
Very good. Very good.
So the
So-
data won't persist there.
So data won't persist it because our container is up and running, but we have not added any persistent volume to our container. So what will happen? The moment this container will get stopped and start, it will start from where?
Zero.
Start from 0. So being a DBA, whenever you are installing a container or making a container for your production environment, make sure you are attaching a PV or the volume to your container. Make sense? So currently, if the one which I have created, if I reboot it, what will happen? All the data will go away. So what is the best way to do that? First, let me create a volume. My volume is created. Now what I will do in my configuration, I will use this particular volume as a volume. Minus V stands for volume. Can someone tell me what is this restart? What is this restart unless stopped? What is this?
Probably restarting the container.
Mm-hmm. But what is exactly it means?
Means if we haven't manually stopped it, restart by default, something like this.
Very good.
From the keyword,
So,
I'm guessing.
yes. Grammatically, it's correct. Grammatically, that's what it means. Whenever container is not started by start or stop by explicitly by the human or the manual step, please restart it. Okay. Whenever it exists or whenever the daemon process, let's suppose I have restarted my Docker desktop, make sure you make it back or make it start again. But is this concept is clear now, at least? PG data? Everyone? What is PG data?
Yes.
The persistent
Abhishek, why
volume.
do we require this?
Mhm.
Abhishek,
Uh-huh.
why do we need this restart command? Like, why is
Restart
it
command.
necessary?
It is not necessary. I was mentioning it. So I thought let everyone understand it. If this container crashes or if the container get exited or your daemon or your Windows services are restarted, so what it will do, or you are not manually stopping or starting it, it will by default restart and it will make sure your container is continuously running
Yes, it's like
until unless you say Docker stop and container name.
something like auto booting up the services.
Correct. systemctl enable service name, something like that.
Mhm.
Clear, Raj?
Yes.
Can I go
Can you
ahead?
explain? Can you explain that the persistent volume part?
Okay. So basically, when we have created our initial container for the Postgre, we have not given any volume. Basically, we have not attached any volume. So whenever a container is running without any volume, what it does, it runs as a runtime environment. And whenever you are stopping your container, it will not persistent any data or it will not store any data. To make sure that container is store all the data, you should attach a PV. Okay. But here is a catch. I should not be telling it now, otherwise some people might get confused. But it's an interview question. It has been asked in multiple companies. I think Raj, you worked on the Docker, right? Before, looks like the way you are talking. Raj?
Yes.
So let's suppose I have not attached a PV. I'm giving you an interview scenario. I have not given the PV to my Postgre volume. But does it mean that when I will restart, my data will get lost? It's a tricky question.
No, data, like without the persistent volume, you're saying?
Yes.
I'm not sure about it.
Okay, so there is a small catch. The latest volumes, the latest image of Postgre sometimes by default comes with the default PV. Now that's why I was not talking about it. Otherwise, it creates confusion. But technically, if you see, your Postgre has by default came with a PV with the configuration. Okay. So if in your container definition file, if they have defined a default PV, by default it comes. But if it is not defined, then it will go with this particular case. Mean to say, if in the configuration of your Docker, PV is not defined, then it will start without PV, and whenever you will stop it, you will lose the data. If default PV is there and it is attached with your container like this, it means your data won't get lost. Make sense? It is little advanced, but is this clear at least? Because it's a very important interview question. 1 minute, just give me a second. It is little confusing for the new people, but it's an interview question. That's why I've asked it. Okay. So in the further classes, let's have more discussion on these kind of things so that you understand these Docker technology properly. Are we good at least?
I have a question.
Yeah.
So here for persistent volume creation, you use the environment variable called pg data, which belongs to Postgres, mentioning the data directory. So for say it's for Postgres. So for other databases, like we need to mention the environment variable.
Correct.
With respect to database.
Respect to the databases. So, but the question is how you will get the environment variable. Environment variable can be get from the container itself, or you can get it from the container definition file also. Okay. In case if you are not clear from where I should get the container environment file, you can inspect the container file also like this, and you can get the value. But it will come by a experience, not now. Okay. This is the another way. Or you can simply read their documentation. So at least you will get some idea. Okay. Some few years back, I used to run the container. It used to fail, and I used to do another way. I can tell you, you can do inspect also. You can run inspect command. So using inspect also, you can get lot of idea. Let's suppose this is my container. I can run inspect. So here I get lot of default values, which I can change it. Someone has asked like a question, right, recently, that I want to change my container configuration and later on I want to create the database. Someone has asked, right? Some automation related question. Just beginning of the this session, the Docker. I think David, you asked, right, this question?
Yes, I asked about the template.
Correct.
With a lot of.
Yes. Let's suppose you are running you are a SQL Server DBA, right? So let's suppose you want to change the default container values and you want to use your own values. You can use Docker inspect and you can understand the whole container configuration from here.
Okay.
And wherever you want, you can change it. Okay. So let's suppose someone is from the Oracle side, and whenever he want to install the Oracle software, he don't want to install it on /apps/home. He want to install it to /opt. So that kind of modification also you can do it in your container file. Is this clear?
Yes. Sir, and about persistent volume, we can only map a single volume. Only single volume with a container.
You can map n number of volumes.
Okay, and that happens either we can mention that thing in our image. or while starting the container?
Exactly also. Yes, very good. Either you can define in your image or explicitly you can pass the value called minus V.
If I have to pass like minus V environment variable that you have given for data directory here
Mhm.
as this, and if you wanted to give a separate volume for, you can say, logs.
You can give that also.
Okay, so I have to
You
pass
can
another hyphen V, or inside this, like what will be the format?
let me give you that also. Let me give you that configuration also. So it completely depends on you where you want to put what. But the only question is this particular software has to support that. Okay. So there is no specific thumb rule, but I have worked with the Postgre multiple times. So with my experience, I can say you can pass the entire the logs to a different location also. So for example, let me give you that also. So 1 minute. SQL logs. Let me give you that command also. This is the normal command, and with log, let me find on the internet better. Docker PostgreSQL with PV logs. Second. I found it. So it will be like this. See, like this. One volume for data, one volume for log. And here as a E, I'm passing data and I'm also passing as a log. This is container environment. This is normal environment file. So I can pass it like this. Make sense? But these values you have to identify either from the documentation, from ChatGPT, or from somewhere. These environments you have to identify and you have to run it. So whenever there is a log, the log will go to this particular volume. Make sense?
Okay. Okay.
Again, one more thing. I have defined like this. Every time I have defined the PV like this. So what does this mean? Left hand side and right hand side? Same concept.
Sir, first
Left
is
hand
your
side.
environment variable,
This side is my host
and this
variable
is
and
the data.
this is my
Oh,
Docker
Docker.
variable, Docker side. Can you tell me one thing? I don't want to do like this. I want to set this PV to my C volume. Can we do it? This is also interview question. Currently, I have not defined any value that where my PG data will go in my local host. Can I define that? That is also possible. Mean to say, whatever PG data is there, it will by default go to a specific space in my host computer. Mean to say in my Windows computer. So that also can be done. Make sense, everyone?
Oh, by default, where it goes?
By default, it will go, if you do the inspect, you will understand where the PV is going. So for example, In this case, in this case where it is going, I have to see by default it is going here under the Docker, and under the Windows it will go to the by default Docker location from where this Docker software is running. It will go there unless you are not telling that where you want to keep it. Make sense?
I'm not getting it.
Okay.
You-
Tell me one thing. Let me show you like this.
You mentioned where the Docker was installed.
Correct. Let me show you one thing. So let's suppose I don't want the default location for my Docker. So what I can do, I can define the volume like this also. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Is this meaningful now? Previously, I was simply using the PV directly. So volume is getting managed by Docker itself, but I don't want to do that because my C drive is more secure. I want to run it from C drive PG data. So I can define like this also. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I can give explicit location also. Rather than giving the PV, I can give this location also, which will work like as a PV. Make sense? Do you see the difference here? This one and this one. Let me copy this so that you will understand. These are the interview related things. That's why I'm explaining it again and again. Do you see the difference here? What is the difference? Here, I have simply created the PV and I have mentioned it here. But here, I have given the direct path. So all my Docker related files will go to this particular path, which is more production ready rather than defining like this. Make sense, everyone?
Yeah.
Everybody?
So in this case, sir, we can skip these -v and that path. We can directly use this -c and
Path,
like whatever is
path.
the variable name.
Variable name you want to put, that also you can do. Is possible. Everyone clear? These things are important. That's why I'm talking it again and again. Is this clear? Everyone?
Okay.
Because my next topic I have to cover. Everyone is clear? If you're not clear, please
I have a
tell me
question.
no, I'm not clear. Yeah.
So you define it, it belongs to Windows. That's why you put C there, C drive. If it is Linux, we are having the LVM partitions. So in that case,
Like this.
okay, got it.
Getting my point?
Mhm.
Okay. Now tell me one thing. We have understood about Docker. We have understood about Sushan, you are clear? Any question? Everyone clear? Whoever is not speaking, I am explicitly taking their name, so don't feel bad. I just want to understand that they are in the sync with me. Okay. Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. It will be more clear. Like
So,
it's first thing new है मतलब मेरे लिए तो like post practical
correct.
only I think so. अभी
This
थोड़ी
is
सी
new.
like it's
This
the
is new.
introduction only for me.
Yes, but I had a multiple arguments with the DBAs that why should DBA learn about Docker? But trust me, DBA learning Docker have more value than a person or DBA who doesn't understand about Docker, because Docker is the future. Everyone agrees to that? Because in a second, I can run multiple things, whatever I want to run. Okay, so that's why I understand the Docker. Now, tell me one thing. Using simple Docker command, I'm just creating single container. And tell me one thing, like I want to create multiple containers from a single command. Or let's suppose I have application, I have database 1, database 2, and database 3. So to create these containers, how many commands I have to run?
3 commands.
No, 4 commands, right?
But the app is also there. Okay.
4 commands, right? And let's suppose there are internal dependencies also, that my database 3 should come first, then this, and then app. All these things, right? So for that manually I have to do, right? Like that 4, then 3 and 2 and all. Okay. So think environment where multiple people are watching my program. Netflix is being watched by multiple people. Can I do it manually, all these things? If my application is up and running, watched by 4 million people, or big billion sale is going on Amazon, will Amazon do manually, going back end and doing all these things? Do you think it is practically good to making the containers
No.
like 4, 3, 2, 1, and 3, 4 people are sitting and they are doing it? Is that
No,
no?
there should
So
be
how
automation
to
in place.
correct? So how to handle these kind of automation? So the answer is a single YML file where I will go and define my whole. 1 second, I'm getting a call. So in the single YML file, what I will do, I will simply define my all the stack, and I can simply run it using single execution. For example, okay, so now I will show you one single file which I will run, and it will create multiple containers at a point using different configuration. Okay, and that configuration will be managed by a single file. For example, using a single container file, I want to start 3 databases. So what I can do, I can simply write these 3 database details in single compose file like this. And the moment, let's suppose this is my file, this is my place, I will create a new folder called Docker Compose folder, Docker-compose. Under that, I will go and create a simple file called Docker compose.yaml. Let me copy that. Docker-compose YML file. Okay, I will just do this. I will open it on a notepad like this. Sorry, my computer is a little messy. I will paste everything, all my container related thing. First is for Postgre, second is for MySQL, third is for MongoDB. I will simply save it. I will go to the command prompt and I will simply write a command called Docker compose up and D. Docker compose up minus D. D means detach mode. The moment I will say hit enter, what it will do? Anyone? What it is happening now? Can someone explain me after seeing this?
So it is pulling the MySQL and Mongo because they're not locally present. And then there it is actually creating the Docker image of MySQL
Yes.
Mongo.
Got it? So why this
It
got
was
failed?
creating Docker image, sir, first.
No, no, no,
Or
no.
it
Again,
started the container.
again, go back to the basics. Same, everything is same. I have just executed all the multiple commands from a single file. That's all. Nothing else.
Okay.
I have simply executed all these commands. That's all. What does this mean? Let's see this file. What is the first one? MySQL 8. MySQL 8 is created. Container name. PG16, PG16. Mongo 6, Mongo 6. So what is the advantage? What I did here? Using a single YML file, I have created 4 or 5 containers. Using a single command, I can completely manage my entire application stack. Can you see this? So Docker Compose is nothing but a way to creating, managing multiple containers from a single file. Can you tell me one thing? Why? What was so different that I did from Docker versus Docker Compose? Based on your understanding, after seeing my screen, what is the flexibility that we got just now?
So
Anyone?
in Docker Compose, we have the full access to the file which we are creating, right? YAML file.
Correct, correct.
In that,
Very good.
in that YAML file, we are able to change multiple variables.
Values,
which we
values,
want.
parameters. Yes.
Yeah.
Very good.
This will help us in creating also multiple at a single point. We can create a suppose we have an application stack which are database, Java application, Nginx and all that. We can do it in a single file. We don't require different files for them.
Very good. In other words, the people who are from the SQL Server, you can say I can create 10, 15 SQL Server containers easily within a single command. Also, I can install SSCT, SQL Server Studio within a single file. Oracle people can think I can create Oracle Real Application Cluster from a single file, multiple container behaving like rack. I can install Grid. From MySQL people, they can think like I have installed multiple MySQL from a single file. Another thing, very important thing, which is very significant. Did someone check these values? My entire stack got deployed on how many seconds?
Less than 10 seconds, 5 seconds.
5 seconds. So let's suppose you are watching Netflix and something happens, or I have to redeploy my stack. How long it will take? Hardly few seconds, right? But can I do it on VM? Anyone? Even I am using Vagrant also. Do you think I can achieve it in these seconds? These many seconds?
No.
Not at all possible. If my VM image is not available on the local system itself, it might take, how long it takes? 10 to 15 minutes, right? To download that itself. Getting my point?
Yes,
I know it is a new topic. Everyone will get confused. Don't worry. Rome was not built in a day. Taj Mahal was also not built in a day. It might take some time for you to understand. Do some practice and we will talk about all these things further. So my next topic is going to be Docker Swarm. Docker Swarm. Docker Swarm cluster and Kubernetes. I'm not giving you a lot of technical knowledge. I'm just taking you from basics to advanced slowly. In case any point of time, if you are confused or you have a question, why should I bother about it? Like I'm a database engineer. Why should bother about it? Then talk to me. I'll give you all the answers. Okay. Is this clear so far? Is this clear?
One question.
Don't. Yeah, please, please.
Regarding Docker Compose -d. So from where it picked that YAML file? I'm imagining it like how it picks that one.
Either it will pick from the local directory. So there are three options. Either it will pick from the local directory. If it is not available, it will go to the default location. And also you can define it via your own file. Getting my point?
You mean it will search in C directory, something called YAML file and all? You mean?
It mean it will go to the default location of Docker first. Program files Docker. And if the Docker Compose is not there, then it will go to the current directory. If current directory is not available, it will explicitly take from the user provided value. So three options.
Okay.
In the Linux terms, first it will go and check on. First it will check on the local directory dot. Then it will check on etc docker config or docker. And if it's not there, so you can explicitly give your value.
The location of file.
Correct. Make sense?
Yeah, got it.
Clear? Because if things are not clear, next topic will be little bit difficult to understand. So don't hold your questions. Ask as much as you can. I'm here to answer about all those things. Okay? Clear?
Yeah.
Why we use Portainer?
So to manage the running containers GUI
Very good.
on a GUI.
Let's suppose today I have, how many containers I have?
16, I think 16, 17 were running and the total count was more
Let's
than
suppose,
50.
let's suppose I have 1000 containers. Can I manage it manually? Not possible. So the best way is to use the make sense?
So sir, wherever our I have multiple machines on which my containers are running. So I need to install Portainer on each machine or
no,
like
no.
just some. Okay.
You have to simply go and just deploy the agent file. That's all.
Agent file, a single agent file on
Yes,
all like.
Yeah, which runs on Docker, which can run on API, which can run on socket, and you can also install it using next. But I prefer Docker way because it is faster, easy to manage. So let's suppose I'm in Bangalore, you are in Delhi, and one person is in Kerala, one person is in Tamil Nadu, another person is in like US, and I have total 10-15 environments. It will be very difficult for me to log into all the servers, right? Every time, again and again. So what I will do on every server, Bangalore, Delhi, Hyderabad, Trichy, US, UK, San Francisco or Raleigh or Australia, I will install my agent, and from my single dashboard, I can see all the containers. I can monitor all the containers. Even I can monitor my container health also. Okay.
So it's a agent base.
Agent wait, it's a grid infrastructure software like Oracle. You can say you are from the SQL server, right?
No, I'm from Postgres background.
You are from the Postgre background. So this is nothing but your PMM, Percona PMM or Prometheus or Grafana.
Okay.
Or if you're from the EDB Postgre, you can say it's a enterprise manager. EDB monitoring
Yeah,
manager.
PEM. Yeah, PEM. I know.
PEM.
But it requires an agent for this.
Mhm.
Uh,
Mhm.
will it impact on OS, like getting the stats? and all
Very,
these
very
things?
light. Very, very light use. Hardly few MBs it takes to run. That's why this tool
Mhm.
is very popular.
Because nowadays security team not allowed to install any agents.
Correct.
on
So
that,
you can run these agents over SSH also. You can install your certificates, SSL certificates. So this
okay.
is very secure.
Mhm. All right, got it.
Even you can monitor your entire container, memory, CPU, everything like this. Very useful software. Okay.
Mhm.
So now the next level, we are going to talk about Docker Swarm cluster, where it's like we have just talked about that single database. Okay. The Docker and Docker Compose is a single database. Now we are going to talk about in the next class, the clusterization. How we'll cluster it. But I'm not going to go much deeper on Swarm and Kubernetes now. I'll just give you the overview, but we can have more discussion. You like the class? Everything is going good? Able to understand? Everybody?
Yes.